sweet. Sleep sweet. Sleep sweet.
Alright, so forgive the music in the beginning. This is the Hopeless Judas signal. It's the noon session. I think I'm going to start doing like 3 sessions a day just because. But there are some things that need to be discussed just because we just got things going on. And the first thing, excuse me, is the boop. There's got to be a better way to just. I'm figuring all of this stuff out myself. So, that kind of works. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to take care of some of this stuff later. This should be nope, wrong one. Good. Okay. I hate this stuff. Okay. So, I am just not honestly very good at things like this. I never really have been. I'm old school YouTube. You know what I mean? Okay. There we are. So, I don't understand why we are where we are, except to say that it is clearly a distraction. Like, and that's not something that is manifestly obvious to you. Well, then I can't really say as I, that is, you can feel however you like, but when you look at things like this, this is petulant history. And this is where we are right now. And there really is no way around it. So let's deal with what we're seeing. These are the strikes in the area. I really wish it, you know what, is there any way that I can make this just a bit more standby? I gotta figure this out because I think that I can make this. There we go. Okay. Really, jerk? Ugh. I hate this. Okay. Does that lock? So we do that. I really don't use these things. Let's maybe saturation up. There we go. How about that? Much better. Okay, so here is what we have so far. This is All right, now the thing is I can't even read it on the thing. It doesn't matter, but there's a lot, a lot of them. And these red ones, to my understanding, are retaliatory strikes. And these ones here are previous strikes. So, I mean, you put it all there, and that's a pretty big portfolio of devastation. Let's be real and address the actual toll here. And let me take that take that off again. My God. Okay, so I mean that's pretty big, right? Yeah, I mean, you would think so. Now, look, what the fuck are we doing in Iran? Why are we replacing their regime? On what fucking planet do we have the authority to do that? Just because our military is the shit at this point? Like, I get it. And this is, you know, this is the Ayatollah Khomeini, I believe is his name. Khomeini. I don't know. I'm probably saying that absolutely wrong. But look, all you're doing, these are people that have they've already made their peace with all of the stuff. They have had to deal with American interests being pursued in all of their countries for the longest time. Like, they're ready. This is not something these people would rather die fighting. You know, it's a mentality that we don't really have anymore. I don't know. I none of this. All right, oil prices. Let's take a look at this. All right. So this is how they've been fluctuating since April 1st of 2025, where 71.20 April 1st down to, okay, so roughly a loss of what is that, 15? 71.57, so roughly, I don't want to fucking math, so $14. All right, so now it's up. All right, so here's the deal. We're clearly going to be in a place to where the United States is going to be able to profit off this war again. It is the mistakes of Iraq all over again. And where are we at this point? And I don't mean the United States government. We know where they are. We know where they are. We know how they feel about this. We know that a lot of their joint chiefs essentially called the invasion and called the strikes a dumb fucking idea because we have no fucking allies on this planet anymore. We have alienated everybody except one specific country that I will not name because of the fact that if it's named, they take offense to actually being called the fuck out. And they take they take their offense to a very, very aggressive level, we'll call it. And I'm offended too, if we're being real. The First Amendment of this Constitution makes one specific provision against religion: the establishment of religion. The government establishment of religion, which is why for every dollar that goes overseas to a very specific country, in the Levant, we'll call it, right? Now, I'm not talking about the people who should be free. I'm not talking about them. All you can do is just understand the devastation in Rafah. To even understand the anger behind the strikes in Tel Aviv, for example. So, of course, because of this, we now have an issue with oil prices. Now, let's talk about this very, very succinctly. There's also discussion, as I've said before, they're talking about closing the Strait of Hormuz, which is one of those things that is catastrophically damaging to the entire fucking planet economically. Like, we're talking, the longer it goes, you're going to see banks fold. You're going to see all of these things because the system is reliant on that. The infrastructure that we have is petroleum based. Other countries have gone away from it. Like, is it Iceland that has? They have made geothermal their entire freaking thing, and their entire thing is completely heated. They've got everything, you know. I want to move to Iceland. Get the hell out of the States. When Iran decides... See, they're dealing with their own attacks right now. They are dealing with the ramifications of having all of these things happen. Fair enough. Well, they've got one specific enemy that they can kind of take it out on right now. Their dome of iron is not what it should be. So they're going to take it out on them before they turn their attention to the big brother. But that attention is coming. And they have one legal weapon, the closure of that strait. And the United States economy will collapse. I'm not an economist. Mark my words, though. So, we have the Gerald Ford carrier group and the Lincoln carrier group. One is in the Mediterranean, the other one is in the fucking Arabian Sea. Really? Really, man? This shit is bananas. It's crazy. Okay, so where are we? I would say that leaves us in kind of a no man's land. Now, the reality is that we have done operations like I fucking took part. We have the United States has historically taken part in these operations before, but we always had the cooperation of quote coalition members, quote allies, quote however it is you want. We had someone that we could strong arm into allowing us to do our thing. And I say us because I have to accept some responsibility for that as a taxpayer. Now, I don't want any of this. And I didn't know. Now I know. Moving on. Enough of the friggin' pity party. So, again, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. We have been knocking around countries since the 50s. I mean, these are things that are not our place to do anymore. People can govern themselves. So, all right. Okay. So now we've established. I want to see the civilians on the ground. That's what I want to see. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to switch over to the only source where I can see up-to-date stuff like that. We're going back to TikTok. I ended up talking about this uh-oh. Okay, there we go. So I talked about this video, and this was a I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this name. But it's an airbase in Qatar that was shelled by an Iranian missile attack. And just take a look.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking hillbilly. Shut up. Sorry.
What the fuck?
Okay, so now this is U.S. defense from an Iranian missile attack. Fine.
Well,
I love this woman.
Well, and welcome to another day in the United.
I love this woman. The petty of Betty. She was Christina Talks Tea. That's what she was. Yeah, she's fantastic.
States of hell, where it's clear to see elite pedos are running our country. And let's talk about the most elite pedo of them all, Daddy Dumpy Pants, the pedo
Daddy
in
Dumpy
chief,
Pants,
who's shitting in his pants today. He doesn't have anything under control, you see, because he's come out to say he's going to cut off trade with Spain.
Yes, ma'am.
Because they don't want to participate in his little war. I thought you had it under control. I thought you were the big man up there with the most powerful military on the planet, baby. And now you want to cut off trade with Spain because they don't want to play in your war game? That's strange. It looks very weak, dear. Very weak indeed. Almost like you don't know what the fuck you're doing, baby. Almost like every war we've ever got in, we relied on our allies to chip in, and now today we don't really have allies, you see. Just that one, Israel, baby, and they don't provide anything to the U.S. of A. They're not backup for us today. They'd rather we die for their cause, you see. But anyway, as he sat up there in the White House today with the Chancellor of Germany.
Okay. So I don't know, am I allowed to say Israel over here? I don't know how that video is up. Every time that I had mentioned Israel in my like my lives or my videos, they all got flagged and shut down. That's fantastic. I love it.
Spilling all that shit in his pants and out of his mouth, you see. He said something else that I want to talk about expeditiously. He was talking about Starmer over there in the UK because he was under the assumption that Starmer was ready to play when that airbase in Cyprus got struck the other day. But you see, Starmer told Orange Daddy, no, we're not participating in this war with you either. We'll protect our base, but as for you, get the fuck out of our face. And Daddy Dumpy Pants uttered out of his mouth something that I know not to be true. He doesn't know anything about history. He said Starmer is no Churchill, boo. And that part is true, but I think you've got Churchill confused. Yes, you do, you orange fool. You see, you better be glad today that Churchill is not alive, okay? Because trust me when I tell you, he would have formed a little motley crew. Yes, he would have, dear. He would have had his secret little motley crew. Guys that are willing to do the things that other guys...
She's always exactly what needs to be said from a Southern lady. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I love it.
Guys are not willing to do, like sneak into countries and unalive, you know, authoritarian leaders.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Orange Daddy. Churchill would have not taken your side today. No, baby. Not in any kind of fucking way. But either way, it just shows he's got things, well, not under control. Not in any kind of way. When you want to punish people for not willing to fight for you today. And Spain's like, go ahead. We ain't worried about you. Fuck you, you orange pedo fool.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's winning all right. He can't get anybody else to join his fight. Well,
oh God, I love it. I love that so freaking much. There has always been a soft spot in my heart for this particular creator, just because like she always knows exactly how she should be presenting her stuff, because she kind of realizes that a lot of it has to do with the fact that some people from the South are not idiots. This woman is not one of them. However, a lot of them are. So she kind of has to pander to that as well. I'm working on something. I do apologize. I just kind of want just that, you know. Just seems like a good idea. Is that 50? Nope, it is not. That's a lot. There we go. Boop. So, and then I want to name this one TikTok. So, you know what? I just enjoy watching other people's shit and just reacting to it, if I'm being real. So, let's do this, and this you guys get to watch me figure all this out. Why? I don't know. Why are you still here? Go away. There. Boop. Boop. There we go. Boop. Yay! That looks pretty.
Is it you? I'm looking for the rarest of the rare. I'm looking for people who...
I'm good.
No, I find the...
Actually, you know what? I want to...
I'm Bianca, and I play with adult Play-Doh for a...
All
There's
right.
something really interesting in those files. In October of 2011, Jeffrey met Chris Poole, the creator of 4chan. The day after that meeting, Chris decides to...
Moot. Do any of you remember Moot? My God. That was, wow, that was a long time ago. My God. Wow, that was a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, I remember 4chan. And then it got really right-wing all of a sudden, and I just dipped, and I never went back.
relaunch the poll message board. It stands for politically incorrect. Now, if you're not chronically online and lucky enough to have never heard of this message board, good for you. It is a cesspool of garbage. It is. It's also hugely culturally significant, and there is a direct pipeline from that message board to where we are now. Now, it turns out that Jeffrey apparently was a huge gamer and loved 4chan.
Wow.
But there's another key player in this story, and that is Steve Bannon. Their connection, and their now established connection to 4chan, makes a lot more sense. Because Steve Bannon was the architect and the mastermind behind weaponizing an army of incel alt-right trolls, the same trolls that helped meme the Orange Clown into the presidency. This army largely mobilized after Gamergate. If you don't know what Gamergate is, I made a whole in-depth video about it. Go look it up. Anyway.
So, okay. Here is the problem that I have with all that. The first thing is I need to go to my other account. That's what I need to do. So, stand by because I'm logging out. And we are going to stop that for just a second.
in a single day, making it the largest counterattack against the...
Okay, so we're back. I have actually just decided that I'm going to be using my Hopeless Judas account until the damn thing gets taken down. So, matter of fact, hold on. You know what? Let's do something. All right. So let's see. Here's the. I want to catch up on Aaron Parnas. I'm sorry. I don't care. You don't have to like him. I couldn't care any friggin' less. There we go. So we do this. Let's start with...
We have some big news this evening. A possible civil war is brewing within MAGA over strikes on Iran as Donald Trump is firing back at some of MAGA's biggest influencers, Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson, who have questioned Donald Trump's war in Iran. All while we're learning this evening from MS Now that the FBI fired specialized FBI agents who worked on Donald Trump's classified documents case for Jack Smith. Well, they had a special focus on Iran days before the war in Iran. First, according to Rachel Bade, in a phone call with her, he said, Donald Trump said that Kelly, quote, ought to study her history book a little bit when asked about the criticism on her show. Tucker Carlson's criticism has, quote, no impact on me, said Trump. He said, I think MAGA is Trump. MAGA is not the other two, referring to Kelly and Carlson. Meanwhile, the FBI is a bit short-handed this evening as Kash Patel in the last week fired about a dozen agents who specifically worked on intelligence operations related to Iran. He fired them because they worked with Jack Smith on the classified documents case, and well, now we're at war with Iran. Spread the word, follow for more. We have some big news this evening. A possible civil war is brewing within MAGA.
Okay, so surprise, surprise, Kash Patel is dumb. Like, I don't... Is there anyone who doesn't really inherently know this? I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, and here's the thing, it's not like he's dumb. Just... It's like when you lie on your resume for a job that you are so completely out of your depth about. That is where he is. That is exactly where he is. So, I can't see it, really. So, anyway. I don't really care. I'll be perfectly honest. Kash Patel shouldn't be there in the fucking first place. And on that note, I need to grab some coffee. So, I'm going to leave you with a song, and I will be back. Wow, I can't believe this is really where we are. Like, we're talking about Kash fucking Patel all of a sudden. Like, I don't care who the... I have never met someone who looked like the people that he should be catching. And when I say that, I don't mean Indian, because it is a Patel. I get that. I understand that. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that when he looks at the camera, his eyes open up, you can see his friggin' brain. If I were racist, that'd be like the 10th thing that was wrong with Kash Patel. Oh, God. You know what? I have such a dislike for that smarmy little snake oil salesman. Fuck him. I'm sorry. You know what? Here's some fucking music. I'll be back. This is the fucking hope. Just the Hopeless Judas signal. Be back. Dopamine. Okay. Jesus. So yeah. Let's go back. Fucking Aaron. Aaron, I feel like we did you dirty. So let's take a look. Okay. So this is the Hopeless Judas signal. It is March 4th. 12:56. And we are looking at Aaron Parnas's channel from yesterday to today to get myself kind of caught up with his slant on things. Well, not his slant, but the way he looks at everything. Let's go.
We have some major news right now. Oil prices continue to surge, which means gas prices will continue to surge as the Iran war progresses. Meanwhile, stocks in the United States of America are set to plunge today as fears of a lengthy war grow. Meanwhile, the United States government has urged Americans to get out of over a dozen countries in the Middle East. The only problem is they're not willing to help Americans in all instances. The United States Embassy in Jerusalem says, quote, the U.S. Embassy...
Wait, so they're like, get out of these countries. And they're like, can you help us? And they're like, no. Get out of those countries. Oh, you gotta love this administration.
Is not in a position at this time to evacuate or directly assist Americans in departing Israel. The following is provided for your information as you make your own security plans. And then it provides some information about shuttles. But they're not willing to help right now. Why? Because attacks across the Middle East are escalating. Iranian strikes are escalating on American interests in the region. American strikes are set to escalate fast today and tomorrow and this weekend. And it all comes as a nuclear watchdog tells NBC News, the head of the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, it has seen zero evidence of Iranian program to create nuclear weapons. Spread the word. Follow for more. We have some major news right now.
Hold on. What was that? It sounded like that was a double negative. No, I'm not that guy. I want to listen to it again.
NBC News, the head of the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, it hasn't seen zero evidence of...
It hasn't seen zero evidence, which means it's a number other than zero? Okay. That doesn't help me. Aaron, I don't... I'm kind of Stutters McGee myself occasionally. Perhaps maybe clarify that, because that didn't help me much. Can you leave that water bottle alone, Remy, please? Stop. All right, moving on.
We have some news right now. The average price of a gallon of gas rose to $3.11, jumping 11 cents overnight as gas prices across the United States of America are surging because of Donald Trump's war in Iran. Meanwhile, the stock market continues to plummet today, and it comes as Donald Trump is saying on Truth Social that we have enough munitions in our stockpile to go to war, quote, forever. Essentially a forever war if we wanted it. Not saying that's what's going to happen, but that is what he's saying online. But Donald Trump did say that the stockpile of the highest end munitions are simply not where he wants them to be, and so he wants to rebuild the high end munitions. This comes at a very precarious time for the administration. He is fighting with his own MAGA influencers, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Americans are facing the brunt of this war already.
I don't understand how Megyn Kelly is legitimately an influencer. Can someone explain that to me? I legitimately don't understand it. And I know there's no one here, obviously, so that was more of a rhetorical question, but it's like, I don't understand. I don't get it. So, when she was just like, look, a 14-year-old is kosher, and again, I'm paraphrasing, like, it seems to me that would be like, done. It's like, we're done here, you know? Anyway. All right, let's continue. Come on, Aaron.
Trump, and well, the 401ks that he's championed, they're going to fall too. Spread the word. Follow along for all the news you need to know. We have some news right now. The average price...
Okay, so gas prices jump. We knew that was going to happen, right? I mean, that's not really anything new. Ugh, what the hell?
We have some news right now. Days before Donald Trump launched his war in Iran, FBI Director Kash Patel fired a whole host of senior FBI agents whose main job was to task homeland threats from Iran. CNN reporting has confirmed that Kash Patel and the FBI fired dozens of staff and agents from a counterintelligence unit tasked with monitoring threats from Iran. The FBI agents were part of an elite unit called CI-12. The goal is monitoring counterintelligence threats, foreign spies, etc. And it comes at a time where the United States has a heightened threat level for possible homegrown terrorism, possible Iranian attacks here in the United States through lone wolf attacks, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Now ask yourselves, why did Kash Patel fire these agents? The answer is simple. The agents worked on one of the criminal cases regarding classified documents against Donald Trump.
So it wasn't that they wanted to be Batman. It's that they were, like, essentially investigating Ra's al Ghul. That doesn't really make sense. Whatever. All right.
Spread the word. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. We have some news right now.
You know what? It's... I don't know. It is what it is. And, you know, at this point, I think Kash Patel could do something right, and I would still not give him any friggin' credit.
We have some news right now. Donald Trump just announced that he will be cutting off all dealings, all trade with Spain, because Spain refused to allow the United States to use its military bases to conduct the war in Iran. Donald Trump said that, quote, Spain has been terrible.
Good for Spain. Good for Spain. Fantastic. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. That feels fantastic. I love the idea. Hold on. Can I just... Okay. So, Spain, you guys did great. You did great. I appreciate you. What do you need? You guys don't need hamburgers. You're good. You're good. There's nothing that we have you want. Just trust me. Just don't ever look at an American again. We don't deserve you to look at us. And your women are beautiful, by the way.
In fact, I told Scott, referring to Scott Bessent, to cut off all dealing with Spain. Spain actually said that we can't use their bases, and that's all right. We could use their base if we want. We could just fly in and use it. Nobody's going to tell us not to use it. In addition, Donald Trump confirmed that his worst case scenario in Iran is that he thinks it's possible, at least, that someone worse than the Ayatollah can come in and take over in Iran. Proceeded to claim that he won the terrorist case in front of the United States Supreme Court, even though his administration lost. And through Reza Pahlavi, who is the son of the Shah, the opposition leader, who's not living in Iran right now, threw him under the bus, saying that it doesn't seem appropriate to have someone who is not inside Iran to take over. Lots of stuff. Spread the word. Follow for more. We have some news right now. Donald Trump just announced that he will be...
Wow. All right. Freaking go Spain, man. Oh, I love you guys. Anyway, let's do it. Next.
Security. So why am I disappointed with Secretary?
Why are you? Why?
Because we're...
Why, Tom Tillis? Why? You're just gonna sit there with that look on your face. You're gonna tell me why. You fucking say it.
Not going after enough people who did this damage at the expense of running numbers that Stephen Miller wants out of the White House.
Yep.
We just want numbers.
Yep.
We want 1,000 a day, 6,000 a day, 9,000 a day, because numbers matter, right?
Yep.
No, they don't matter.
What?
Quality matters.
What?
Not quantity, quality.
What?
And what we've seen is a disaster.
Is it?
Under your leadership, Ms. Nome, a disaster.
It is.
What we've seen...
It is, but it has nothing to do with her leadership. This is what she wanted. This is what he wanted. It came from the top down, Tom. Say his name. Say his name. See, I love this performative bullshit. Like, because here's the thing. Tom Tillis, the man can never be relatively north on the moral compass on a good day. This is performative. Oh, I fucking hate him. I'm sorry. Like, not really. I'm just like, he might be a decent dude to snuggle with, but he just seems like a dick to me.
Is innocent people getting detained that turn out are American citizens. I could talk about the culture that's been created here with Stephen Miller aiding and abetting. I heard first reports that he was the one that said it was a domestic terrorist situation where 2 people lost their lives in Minneapolis. I've heard that report. Maybe you can refute it. I don't know that we'll have time for you to respond because I'm giving you a performance evaluation here. I'm not looking for a response. And I'm saying, Ms. Noem, that time after time after time I've been disappointed. But before I get back to looking at the vicious people that did this damage to these families, I want to talk a minute about FEMA. You have a policy right now that anything over $100,000 has to go through your desk for approval. I asked my staff, because I'm a management consultant, I don't try to do cheap shots in here, but the facts do not lie. This is your administration for FEMA response. This is President Trump's first administration. Which one would you like to have? If you're a state that has a $60 billion disaster, your biggest disaster in South Dakota that I can tell that when you were an elected official was about $500 million. So 1/100th of this single storm where thousands of people are hurting in North Carolina and you're just barely catching up. This is what competent FEMA leadership looks like. This is what incompetent FEMA leadership looks like. And people are hurting in Western North Carolina from the most significant storm they've ever experienced.
We have some.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm bothered. I'm bothered that I agree with Tom Tillis, first of all. I'm bothered that I agree with him. Having said that, he's not wrong. I need to get into his voting record. Like, I have, here's the thing, and this is, I realize I'm not really talking to anybody. This is quite literally something that I have been thinking about since I started doing TikTok and I started going back into what I originally wanted to do in the first place, which was just this, just watch shit and comment. That's really what I'm good at. I'm not the guy who's going to fix a damn thing. I'm really not. I don't have that skill set. I've never had it. I'm the person who helps you while everything's going down. You know what I mean? So, where are we when it comes to Tom Tillis? So, Tom Tillis is in a weird position just because the only people who trust him are people who know that he's kind of a duplicitous weasel, which is in and of itself a weird fucking thing to know about Tom Tillis. I don't know where we're going to be going with this. And when I say that, I really mean that. Tom Tillis has always been the kind of person who seems to be like he never really, he literally just went in whichever way that he knew his people would be behind, He's a fair weather politician. At any rate, I'm not going to belabor that point any longer. But what I will say is that I don't like agreeing with Tom Tillis. I really don't. I don't enjoy it. It makes me fucking uncomfortable. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, let's go.
We have some major developments regarding the war in Iran right now. According to Senator Mark Warner, who I just got off the phone with, there are thousands of Americans abroad trapped, essentially, can't get home right now because of the war in Iran. And well, he's questioning how come Donald Trump and the Trump administration did not provide an airlift, not provide any resources or any notification in advance to get them home. It comes as Donald Trump is saying that it just happened too quickly to give American families abroad
too quick. I could make everybody, I could let them know. I can't let you know that you have to come home ahead of time.
so that they can get home ahead of the war. But right now, they're stuck. It comes as an Iranian strike hit near a United States consulate in Dubai, causing a fire that was limited in nature and has since been put out. And at the same time, Donald Trump has rejected Iran's attempt to talk. Strikes are intensifying. The Trump administration has not settled on a justification for going to war. Lots of stuff happening. Spread the word. Follow for more. We have some major developments regarding the war in Iran right now. According to Senator Mark Warner, who
I hate this so freaking much. Like, man, I don't want to do this shit. You know? I don't understand how. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not supposed to get it. I understand that I'm not supposed to get it. You know, we'll be back. I gotta figure out what the hell I want, because I gotta figure out some way to do this. It's not gonna be disheartening as shit. Anyway.